Item B, Chair's remarks. There are none. Item C, approval of the December 11th, 2024 meeting minutes. These were distributed ahead of the meeting. I'd entertain a motion at this time to approve our December 11th, 2024 meeting minutes, please.
We have a motion by Commissioner Colleen and a support by Commissioner Dobb.
All those in favor, please vote on your tablets.
Motion carried.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Item D, unfinished business.
Unfinished business, there is none listed.
Item E, new business. We have two items up for consideration today. I'm going to stop doing your job, Madam Clerk. I apologize.
Item 1 under new business, requesting commission approval of Amendment 4 to a 3-year agreement with the Senior Alliance to continue to provide congregate home delivered liquid and halal meals to eligible senior citizens in the 34 communities of the Western Wayne County and Downriver areas.
Thank you kindly. We have someone for the administration here to speak on item 1, please.
Good morning, Commissioners. William Chuck Jackson, Department Director for Senior Services. This is our initial contract funding with our contract with the Senior Alliance to provide our Meals on Wheels program. As you know, most of our funding comes from the Senior Alliance. And so this is our initial contracted allotment.
Thank you, Dr. Jackson. Are there any questions from members, please, on item 1? Commissioner Colleen.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good.
Couple of the usual. Any waiting list going on?
Currently, we do not have a waiting list. Currently.
Yeah. Does that change seasonally or something, or?
Fortunately, we've not had a waiting list because the county has been willing to help support or supplement the funding for the program. Without that, there would be an extensive waiting list for the Meals on Wheels program. The funding we receive through the Senior Alliance, it does not cover the full service number of meals that we actually provide each year.
So how much did the county kick in?
Last year, the county kicked in 900 plus about 1.3 million, approximately.
Yeah. And how's the volunteer base?
It continues to be a challenge in certain areas for us. We have some areas where there's an abundance, and we have other areas where we continually struggle. We're pulling out all the stops to try to engage more folks. Volunteerism is down across the country, and our program is a reflection of that.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner. Are there any other any other questions from commissioners on item 1? Seeing none, we'll take 1 and 2 together. Dr. Jackson, do you want to also speak to item 2, please?
Item 2 is funding that the county provides to the Detroit Area Agency on Aging to provide meals for seniors in their service area who are veterans. DAAA does have a waiting list of approximately 200 a day within their program. And so this funding allows those veterans to not have to be placed on that waiting list and be able to be served meals that are eligible.
Wonderful. Any questions from commissioners, please? Thank you, Dr. Jackson. You're off the hook.
Thank you.
Seeing no further questions on item 1 and 2, let's take them both together. I'd love to entertain a motion to approve items 1 and 2 under new business, please. I see we have a motion from Commissioner Dobb, a second from Commissioner Garza. Please vote on your voting devices.
Motion carried.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Item F, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee. I know we have our Director of Veterans Affairs here, Air Force veteran, Randy Walker. Randy, would you like to come up and just give us a brief update, sort of off the cuff, about what's going on in your world, please? Good morning.
We got a little bit of a hit that we're working on, as you know.
Microphone.
Not on?
No, sir.
The green light.
No, we're good.
Yeah, we're taking a little bit of a hit right now. As you know, we get a grant every year from the MVA out of Lansing. And it's calculated by unused funds from the last fiscal year from all 83 counties. All the money that any county didn't spend goes back into the pot. It always has to go back to veterans. And they recalculate by your veteran population, and that determines how much you're going to get for the next fiscal year. So they told us back in September, we're going to get $821,500 and something dollars. So that started on October 1st. And I purchased 200,000 in Meyer food cards. We've helped some veterans with utilities and the different things, burials. And about a month ago, we got a letter saying that they miscalculated for everybody in the state. And your new amount, it goes from 821 to you're only going to get 304,000. We've already spent 304,000. So what that means right now, we can't help any peacetime veterans. That's the money. Our other fund, Soldier and Sailors, is for the wartime veterans. The grant we use, you can use for both, but mainly we use it for the peacetime veterans. So we've already spent Q1 and Q2, the 304,000. So we had a meeting with the state director, and we're telling them we're getting ready to launch our mobile van. We had 110,000 we were going to use for advertising, radio ads, social media, to let everybody know where the van's going to be. I said, we need that money, and we pay 2 employees from that grant. And they're telling us, you're not going to get any funds to pay your 2 employees in quarters 3 and 4. So we had a big meeting last year. We're waiting to hear back from them. We cut a lot out of that 821. We told them we could go down to 493,000, but you need to give us another 193,000 for our advertising and to pay our 2 salaries of our staff members. So we're waiting to hear back from the state. If they say you're not getting it, then we may be coming back to the commission for money from the general fund, or I don't know. I have to talk to my boss, Abdul, Dr. El-Siad, to see how we're going to handle this. But we were told you had 821. Now they're saying you're only getting 304. So kind of a big hiccup that we're dealing with right now. Other than that, everything's going great. But right now we can't help any peacetime veterans. They're cut off till September 30th, through September 30th. So that's the latest update. It's not good news.
I appreciate the transparency, Director Walker. Any questions from my commission colleagues, please? Commissioner Khalid.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. How many peacetime vets do we have in the county?
They don't give us any. We have 72,000 veterans, but we don't
You don't know the breakdown?
know the breakdown peacetime, wartime. But
Well, I'm willing to say right now, we need to have a budget adjustment.
yeah, we're going to be
rather-
working on that. Absolutely.
I'm just voicing my support for that
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Because who knows how long it's gonna take to negotiate or whatever
Yeah.
with the state. Your tanks run dry when?
It's already ran dry right now for peacetime through September 30th, unless they grant us the funds that we're asking for.
Yeah, because these are not huge amounts, Mr. Chair, and I think we should cover that. And we can discuss with the director,
Yeah, that's a
Things that-
63% cut.
Yeah, and then for the county to do a budget adjustment and cover that, then we can also talk about, because, that money could roll over into the next year if it's not totally spent, I guess the same way as we have been. So I'm in full support, Mr. Chair, of a budget adjustment, and the sooner the better. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Anything else from our colleagues, please? Randy, you talked about the 821,000 for this year and the fact that the state's saying it has to be reduced. Do you know, or do we recall what the number was last year?
744,000.
Okay,
The year before that, it was 345,000. It changes every year. The more counties that get into it, takes more out of the pie.
sure.
I think currently there's 60-something counties that participate out of the 83 counties. But each year there seems to be more counties signing up. And it goes by we get the largest amount because we have the most veterans in the state. But we also took the biggest hit when, on this miscalculation. Like I said, 63% cut.
And then again, just to confirm my understanding, it was your belief that if the number was brought up to 493, that would be,
That would get us our advertising money, 110,000 for advertising, and that would give us 86,000 to pay our 2 staff members for the rest of the year.
okay.
We've paid them from the grant quarters 1 and 2.
Mhm.
To pay them quarters 3 and 4, we need 86,000. That's a clerk and a social service specialist that we pay out of the grant.
Okay,
So we told them we need that money and we need the advertising money because we want to launch our mobile van and that's a big part of launching it. So
I've got some more follow-ups, but I want to invite my colleague, Commissioner Daub, into the conversation, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Do you know, were other counties affected by this miscalculation?
every county, all 83,
they-
of
they
all
messed up
60
all-
something.
All the
Yeah,
calculations?
they miscalculated for the whole state.
Okay.
Everybody got the same email. And so, yeah, it hit every county. There's a lot of unhappy counties. I've heard some counties, they'll never apply for this grant again. They're fed up with the MVA. I mean, you hear all kinds of comments, but no, everybody, wasn't just us. They miscalculated the pot for the whole state.
Is this the first time this has happened?
Yeah.
And recent, that
Yeah,
this miscalculation? Okay.
it's never happened. And I've been here going on 3 years. It's first time it's ever happened.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Garza.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just have a question about the signing up of counties is it every year you have to opt in to these
Every year
dollars?
you got to apply
Okay.
for the grant and tell them how you're going to spend it. And then they award the grant, say you're approved and because of your veteran population, this is how much money you're getting. So
Got it. So not every county every year applies for
No.
this. Okay,
you got a lot of small counties like up in the UP
right.
with hardly any population.
They don't get much money.
No,
Yeah.
or they don't have any veterans in their county or maybe 2 veterans or,
Sure. Got it. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. We'll go back to Commissioner Colleen for a follow-up.
I appreciate that, Mr. Chair. Thank you. The 2 employees in question here, are they veterans?
no. I'm the only veteran in the office.
Okay. Okay, yeah, because it's been tough on veterans here as of late. A lot of them are out of jobs. Just can't happen, and I appreciate you keeping track of this, Mr. Chair. And let's get that budget adjustment. Thank you.
Much appreciated. I think I guess my first question, follow-up, do we have a timeline yet from the state when they plan to follow up and give us an answer one way or the other
Supposed to be this week.
this week?
We met with them last week. They said, give us a week. So
Can we plan then on the next time we hold this meeting, even if we don't have any items necessarily to vote on, to hold the meeting so you can come back in and give us an update on how things went
sure.
on state side? Okay, you got that. Awesome. And then I think I'll work with our staff here to explore if there's anything that we might be able to do to be supportive of you in that effort. I don't want to get in the way or make things problematic for you, but if we can sort of raise our collective voices and support, let us know how you can deploy us. And I'll flag that too for Ms. McAdoo as she does her job in liaison between the commission and the executive's office. So I appreciate the update. Anything else to close us out, Mr. Walker?
No, that's all I have.
And again, I appreciate it. I'd rather know when bad news, so to speak, is on our doorstep. It gives us a chance to think about it and react to it as opposed to just sitting back and taking it. So I tell my staff at all times, bad news is my favorite news. Tell me the good news, at any time, but the bad news gives us an opportunity to do something about it. So thank you for the transparency. And then as always, to you and Dr. Jackson, thank you for your leadership over your respective departments. It's much appreciated.
Thank you.
We'll move on to item G, public comments. Do we have anybody, I'll start in the audience, wishing to make public comments, please? Madam Clerk, do we have any emails or individuals on Zoom?
No emails were received and no one on Zoom indicating that they would like to speak.
All right, I'll just ask one more time, just in case if there's anybody on Zoom or in the audience that wants to provide public comment. Hearing none, did you have something? Okay. We won't entertain Commissioner Dobbs' motion to put an Apple AirTag on Commissioner Garza. But seeing no further business before today's committee, at this time, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn, please. So moved by Commissioner Dobb and supported by Commissioner